As an ordinary person, everyone goes through some suffering in their life. But it is also true that just because a person reached stardom doesn't mean that his suffering has ended. One such person is Patrick Duffy. Patrick Duffy is an American actor widely known for his role on the soap opera Dallas, where he played Bobby Ewing. He may be doing well now, but he's gone through quite a lot of tragedy in his life, including the loss of his parents and wife. Welcome to the channel. Today in this video, we will present you with the heartbreaking tragedy of Patrick Duffy. Patrick Duffy was at the pinnacle of his career in 1986 with his starring role in Dallas as Bobby Ewing. Then, in an instant, everything changed. His parents were murdered. Terence and Marie Duffy owned a bar in Montana and were working when two 19-year-old gunmen walked in and shot them to death. In an interview with Closer Weekly, the actor described his late parents as pretty ordinary, pleasant people, and that they were always social. So it was understandably shocking when they were brutally murdered by a pair of teenagers, Kenneth and Wentz. In the interview, Duffy recalled, "My father kicked these two young men out of the bar at some point in the evening. So they went and drank elsewhere and came back to the bar. When they stepped in the bar with their guns, they shot him." Patrick Duffy and Carolyn Rosser's marriage may have been one of Hollywood's longest lasting, but their love story had an unusual beginning. According to Closer Weekly, Duffy began traveling around the country with a group of entertainers after graduating from college. The actor told the outlet how he first met Rosser. He said, "I was an immature college graduate touring as a narrator with this dance production. And she was a beautiful ballerina 10 years older. We met on the tour bus and that was it, for life." The only problem was that the dancer was already married. Regardless, they fled together after Rosser converted Duffy to Buddhism. Duffy later told Deseret News a joke. "In one letter I said, 'Dear Mom and Dad, I'm moving to New York with a married woman 10 years older than I am. And oh, by the way, I'm a Buddhist.' As a parent now, I can imagine what my reaction would be if my son wrote a similar letter. I'd just fall down." The couple married in 1974 and remained together until Rosser's death more than 4 decades later. According to the Times of London, Patrick Duffy was able to cope with his parents' deaths thanks to Buddhism, which his wife Carolyn Rosser assisted him in discovering. He admitted recalling how they first met on a tour bus. "I only converted because I wanted to sleep with her, and now I do it because it's such a part of my life." The star went on to say that he was invulnerable to suffering, though he admitted that he still felt pain over his parents' untimely deaths. In an interview with the Times of London, Duffy said, "When my parents were murdered, I went through all the emotions of the horrific event of shock and anger and everything, but I never felt disconnected from them." The actor went on to say that his faith had given him a better understanding of life and death. Duffy also added, "I've never felt such an immediate sense of loss. I didn't know why at the time, but it was probably because I had been a Buddhist for 15 years. In an interview with The Guardian, Duffy later explained that he felt he was completely responsible for his grief. He also added, "If I'm suffering because of it, it's my karma that I have manifested in this lifetime, in this particular set of circumstances." Patrick Duffy rose to fame in the late 1970s on the soap opera Dallas, which told the story of the Ewing family and their struggle for control of a massive oil empire. However, when he attempted to forge a career outside of his famous character, things didn't go as planned. In 2014, Duffy told HuffPost about how Bobby Ewing was killed off so that he could pursue other projects. "I thought if it was ever a time at the height of the popularity of that show that I might be able to launch into something that was more of a single, starring venue, that would be the time to do it. I left the show and that did not happen. A typical Patrick Duffy business decision fiasco." When he couldn't find his ideal star vehicle, Duffy returned to the soap opera that launched his career, forcing the writers to improvise. They came up with the theory that the entire previous season, including his death scene, was a dream. Duffy, who also returned for the show's 2012 revival, told TV Insider in April 2021 that he would consider reprising the role. "I put Bobby Ewing behind me twice already, and it didn't work out. So I'm never one to say never again. If it were that brilliant next step in the sequence of the story of these characters, I would be willing to do it." Dallas was a huge part of Patrick Duffy's life, so when his on-screen mother Barbara Bel Geddes died of lung cancer in 2005, he paid tribute to the legendary actor. Duffy told Entertainment Weekly about how intimidating he found Bel Geddes at first. When Barbara joined the cast of Dallas as Miss Ellie, I considered her to be like Helen Hayes, Katharine Cornell, and Ethel Barrymore, a real name in American theater, but you'd never have known it. It was remarkable, her ordinariness despite that pedigree, he said. Duffy also revealed that the Dallas cast and crew affectionately referred to her as BBG on set. When the show was revived in 2012, Duffy admitted that it wasn't the same without Bel Geddes. In an interview with TV Week, Duffy said Barbara is a big piece of our history, and it's important for me to honor her. To come back with Linda Gray as Sue Ellen and Larry Hagman in his JR hat, and then see the words Ellie Southworth Ewing Farlow on the gravestone made me think, oh, that's right, she's gone. Carolyn Rosser was a source of comfort for Patrick Duffy during difficult times in his life, but she was also the source of additional grief. Rosser died of cancer in 2017 at the age of 77, after 43 years of marriage. It was a surprise when she passed. There was no indication. You reach a certain age and you realize the road ahead is much shorter than the road behind, Duffy told Closer Weekly. He broke the heartbreaking news to his Twitter followers, writing that despite her death, his late wife would be with him eternally. On this day 6 months ago, my heart stopped. Yet I live on as she wishes, Duffy wrote. The former Step-by-Step star also expressed gratitude to all of his fans for their love and concern, assuring everyone that he would be fine. Later, Duffy explained to Closer Weekly, there are no mistakes in life. I can mend every fence I've broken and create value out of everything I've done if I'm given enough time. I have done and I'm still doing okay. When Patrick Duffy revealed in 2019 that he still considered Carolyn Rosser to be his wife, his fans were devastated. The actor shared with Closer Weekly that he can hear and see her, also that he knows what she would expect of him and that he tries to live up to that. However, Duffy admitted that he still felt Rosser's absence from time to time. He also told the outlet, I feel close to her all the time, but what I miss most is her touch. I still consider myself a married man. The actor also mentioned how important his 2 sons were to him during his time of mourning, saying, I have 2 of the most honorable, wonderful boys as children. According to Closer Weekly, Duffy's older son Patrick has worked in theater as a writer and managing director, while his younger son Connor has followed in his famous father's footsteps by appearing as an actor in shows such as Arrested Development. Duffy also said, my boys were there as stalwarts, but I also realized that as much as they were trying to buttress old dad up, I'm probably more adjusted to the set of circumstances than they are. Patrick Duffy never expected to find love again, but people reported in late 2020 that he was dating Happy Days actress Linda Pearl. Duffy admitted that their incredibly happy relationship surprised him, saying, I never thought for a minute this would happen again. As the Doomsday Mom co-stars told Closer Weekly in June 2021, they got closer throughout the COVID-19 national lockdown, speaking on Zoom every night. Duffy told the outlet, so we explored all our history, our past, our loves. We listened to music together and covered all that ground you normally cover over months of dating. It was a time to really get to know one another with no outside influences to encumber you. Linda compared their early days together to a very Victorian process, adding that life was full of surprises. According to Closer Weekly, the actress said, Patrick and I weren't looking for this. We didn't expect it or see it coming when our paths crossed. Don't ever give up. And Duffy was equally effusive, telling the outlet that he was looking forward to every moment they spent together. He also said, I am stunned every time that I realize this amazing woman loves me. It's just like, wow. Patrick Duffy has experienced tragedy and loss in his life, but he has no regrets. As he previously stated to Closer Weekly, I have worked hard to make the best of life, and it's been good to me. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Until next time!